viejo. I don't know. Yeah, man, it's fantastic to be here. Come on in.
En confianza pueden entrar.
Come on in. Yeah, the water's fine.
Como en casa.
Except that one.
Oh.
The plate-headed, weird fucking promoter is going to have to sit on that. Oh. No, so excited to be here, man. I was here in Puerto Rico 9 years ago. I had just wrapped a show called Matador, which is, played a soccer star / spy for Robert Rodriguez, I know, fantastic film director, and we wrapped the show and I was like, where do I want to go to unwind for 2 weeks? That place was Puerto Rico. Can I get another mic? The threshold, or any batteries in this mic?
Yeah, my God.
Let me see, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Listen to those dulcet tones. But yeah, no, 9 years ago, man, I was here. It was fantastic. I did the whole island.
Ooh,
We
nice.
started in San Juan with the piñones. We had some really little fried fishes, which were really delicious.
Bacalaitos.
Exactly. And then we took the ferry to Vegas.
Oh, nice.
It was like we were the only people on the island. It was amazing. And took a little puddle hopper to Cueva, to Flamenco Beach. Really cool, did some snorkeling. Came back to the whole island, to the south.
Oh, wow.
All the museums and stuff, and Ponce and all that stuff, and went to Yunque. There was fireflies in our room, which was really cool because I told some of my friends here who I met at the autograph signing heard this story already. But it was such a wonderful trip, and I just wanted to end. We were staying in nice places everywhere, so because I wanted my wife to really enjoy herself. But I forgot to rent a hotel in Yunque. And the only thing that was there was like a tiny little motel. I was like, oh, you know, maybe it's a little bit of a letdown. She was used to staying in all these really, really nice places. But it was the most magical thing because we got into our room to go to bed before we went to the jungle the next day, and we turned off the lights, and then everywhere inside of our room were green little fireflies.
That's beautiful.
It was like a fucking Disney movie, dude. It was amazing. So, a magical time the first time I came here, and I'm happy to be back 9 years later, and a lot has changed in 9 years.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm very, very, I feel privileged to be able to spend this weekend with you all. Thank you for coming.
So, obviously, we're really happy to have you here. And most of the...
Can I say fuck, Miguel? Are you gonna have to cut that out? That's Miguel. He's my friend.
Well, I wanted to start asking you about the music, because you like to feel some music as well, right?
Yeah, I love music.
What do you play? What is your vibe?
When I first started, I played the drums first, and I even played the guitar kind of percussively. I played the guitar like a drum, really. I'm not by any means virtuoso. I come from the three chords and the truth style of music.
Okay.
Years ago, I used to travel across the United States being just a hippie, going with the hippie things. And I remember meeting this railroad hobo named Tory Vent at the Oregon Country Fair in Eugene, Oregon, which it's a music and arts festival established by Ken Kesey and Timothy Leary in the Kool-Aid Acid Test days. Ken Kesey, of course, wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Timothy Leary is philosopher. Wears many hats. But I met this guy named Tori, and we were playing guitar together, sitting on a stump. And he was playing one of his songs, and I was kind of like plucking along the lead. He's like, how long have you been playing? I was like, oh, well, not very long. He's like, well, you sound good. I was like, good, I just play here and there.
It's bad.
But really, I didn't have a lot of confidence. He was saying, no, you're playing lead, that melody you're playing sounds nice. Great. I said, oh, thanks. He's like, do you write songs? And I was like, no, I don't write any songs. I said, why not? I was like, well, I'm just not that. You know, I really don't know that I'm not that great at the guitar. And he's like, just stop. Stop saying you can't do it. Stop saying that you aren't good. Do you know 3 chords? It's like, yeah, I know 3 chords. It's like, well, now all you need is the truth, and you can write a song. And that stuck with me. So not in just music, but in my acting and art in general. And even when I was an athlete before I was an actor, and my coach used to use the KISS method. Just keep it simple, stupid. And it's true. I mean, in everything you endeavor to succeed at, you can't try to start at your most advanced, your most educated, your most skilled. You have to start with foundation, with simplicity. Sometimes that's the most honest and that's the most truthful form of the art. So I love music, yes, and I'm playing music to this day. My new single, Too Proud to Run, is on Spotify. Yeah, it's Spotify. Type in here me and my cousin. There's only 2 of us, but he's an amazing producer, and I was like, I need an oboe, string quartet, and he's able to somehow through the magic of his develop these things.
I'm a huge fan of Marvel, specifically of Ghost Rider. So your time in Ghost Rider for me was special, was wonderful, because it's what it is, right? Latino Ghost Rider. How do you feel to? And I know
this gentleman right here in front.
Yes. Can you stand up?
Stand up. Stand up. This guy, he studied every frame of the 4th season, sent the design and all the design elements from his observations, just observing, and sent it to a leather maker in Afghanistan and created probably the most accurate Robbie Reyes jacket I've ever seen outside. I thought that you had bought it. I literally thought he bought it at the auction because, when you do these Hollywood things, they end up having big auctions for a lot of the props, the costumes and stuff. And I thought that he had won an auction and got one of my jackets because it looked so real. But well done, man. Love Robbie, Latino writer, and had no idea that Robbie existed.
Oh, really?
Because he had been invented. He was created.
He's very recent, yeah.
He was created by Felipe Schmidt in 2014. It was 2016.
2 years older, yeah.
That I was asked to play Robbie, and the story of that is there was for about 2 months my agents kept telling me, Marvel wants to talk to you about playing this guest star role on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I was like, guest star? It's like, nah. And they're like, well, it's Marvel. I was like, I know, but if I do a guest star, then I'm off the table for everything else. This is a vast universe. There's so many opportunities. If I'm just going to do this one-off, I don't know if I was going to be like an agent who gets shot by a monster. I don't know what the story was at the time. And they were like, so I kept saying no for like 2 months. And finally I was in Marfa, Texas at a film festival. And I got the call from agents. They're like, you're going to want to take this meeting because it just kind of got released. Down in San Diego, they had started wrapping buses with a flaming chain promotional posters for the new season. It's kind of as a little hint to what's to come. And everybody kind of started putting it together. They're like, oh, well, maybe it's Ghost Rider. And then so they told me that was the character. I was like, that's weird. Maybe they saw, I did a show called Harley and the Davidsons where I was a motorcycle racer. I was like, well, maybe they saw that and they thought I could play Johnny Blaze, who is very clearly like this blonde-haired dude. But they're like, no, just go on the internet and research it. And there he was, Robbie Reyes. Young guy, taking care of his brother, orphaned. I'm not an orphan, but my father passed before I was born. My mother was 15 when she had me. So in many ways, she's much more of a sibling than she is a parent sometimes, just because we're so close in age, especially now. She's 55, I'm 40. I shouldn't say that out loud. My wife keeps telling me, stop telling people you're 40. But I'm so proud that I'm 40, man. I've lived for 4 decades. And but And I'm so proud because my hair's still black.
Whoa! And you have still there.
And it's still there. But there's so much about the character, the responsibility that he had, the soul that he had, you know, ironically. His warmth, his kindness, and his love, but also his just like a cold-blooded killer. You know, he's a beautiful balance of those two things. And I fell in love with the character. I was like, I can't believe this is real. I can't believe there's a character, Robbie Reyes from Mr. LA, who plays the Ghost Rider, which is one of the most iconic characters in all of Marvel lore, and one of my favorites when I was growing up. And so I took the meeting. It was great. Jet Mo were there. Little Benny Sue, who's now like giant Benny Sue. She's like a grown-ass person now. Their daughter, Jeff Lowe, Sarah Finn, were all on the call. And yeah, well, maybe you want to put down the tape or something? I was like, sure. I went to my premiere, came back, had to move out of the house I was in because I didn't expect to stay an extra day. So I moved to a hotel called the Thunderbird in Marfa, Texas. Marfa is like a desert town. It's like a one-room town. And I went there, and I was gonna do my audition with my friend, and they were having like a daytime rave at the pool. So in my tape that I sent to Marvel, you can hear which is kind of perfect because in my mind, Robbie listens to a lot of like crazy like electro dance, but you know, a lot of hip hop and you know punk, but also like electro kind of shit. But yeah, so I got that part, loved it, couldn't believe it. 1 week later, I was on set shooting the thing. Literally from the day that I met with him to the day I was on set, it was 1 week. The entire cast was in San Diego at Comic-Con, and I was working, crushing a Nazi with my car. It was great. If you see a Nazi, crush the Nazi.
And coming into such a established show, you came in the fourth season, and some might say that you revitalized that show and maybe put us on fire.
Would you say that?
Oh, I truly will.
I have to tell you, as a huge Marvel fan, I felt like when you came to the show, you gave that new fire.
Well, you said that, and so did the entire crew, which was really cool. But it wasn't just me, man. It was me. It was Mark Kolpak, our VFX supervisor. My stunt double Morgan Benoit, who had a very easy job because, you know, you see actors all the time. Oh, I did all my stunts. I didn't do all of them, but I did almost all of them. Ooh. And when it came to the combat and I love that shit. I was an athlete. I was a football player and the best, you know. So anything that I can do, I will do. The things that are beyond my limits, I know my limits, and I give it to the professionals. But for the most part, all the combat you see, Terminator, Ghost Rider, it's me. And some of the driving in Ghost Rider as well, because Mark Kolpak VFX, Morgan Benoit, my stuntman, Eric Norris, Chuck Norris' son, my driving double, Eddie Snake River Braun, famous stuntman, my other driver. All of us together in Ghost Rider. And we did. The show was in danger of being canceled. They moved it to Tuesday night. Yeah. Tuesday night at 9, which is like the death minute. And they got 3 more seasons after that. So, yeah.
It went more dark, and also a later time frame as well. So.
Exactly.
Just quickly, we're gonna take questions from the audience. So if you want to ask questions, line up in the middle. There's gonna be a mic.
How long is this Q&A? I've been talking forever, dude.
You can't talk for how long you want.
I just see people leaving, and I'm just like, they're like, this guy will shut up.
I wanted to ask you a bit about your experience as a Terminator, right?
Yeah.
Also an iconic character, but at the same time, you had to do something that was completely different to what came before.
Right. Yeah, the Terminator was dream come true. The part they said Tim Miller wanted to meet me. I met with Tim. You know, it was a full 4 or 5 month casting process. One that apparently was identical to what Robert Patrick went through, Terminator 2. Stunt assessment, meeting with Jim, screen test, just every single step of the way. It was. I listened to a podcast that Robert did about how he got that role, and it was the exact same process. Got it. Went to Spain and Budapest, Spain and Hungary to shoot it. Met Arnold Schwarzenegger. He became literally one of my best friends in Los Angeles, and somebody who I look up to as a father figure, somebody who I look up to as a leader. And we hang out at his house and smoke cigars and feed oatmeal cookies to his donkey. He has a donkey named Lulu, and he has a mini horse named Whiskey. And his girlfriend Heather makes these oatmeal cookies with no sugar in them, and we just sit out, smoke cigars, and feed the donkey cookies.
I'm working with Linda Hamilton, one of the greatest of all time as well.
Greatest of all time is a extremely affectionate person and will literally kiss you on the mouth when she meets you. The moment she meets you, she will kiss you directly on the mouth. That's true. And I saw it. It wasn't just me. Every single person that she meets, kiss him on the mouth. I mean, COVID must have been like a nightmare.
So before we get to the...
But she's phenomenal. She loves fantasy books.
Yeah.
And she's super girly, if you can imagine. Yeah. Sarah Connor is every bit the creation of Linda Hamilton, because Linda Hamilton is not Sarah Connor. She's just so sweet and so nice. And a good kisser.
That's good to know.
Okay, so I'll kill myself if I don't ask you.
You're gonna ask him the question, aren't you?
Yes, okay. So anybody that knows me knows that I'm a huge Last of Us fan.
Okay.
And you are my new uncle. You're my Uncle Tommy now. So,
Nico.
Bendición. Bendición, tío. So okay, so you've been part of big, huge fan of Terminator, MCU. Now coming to one of the, from my point of view, one of the greatest IP gaming of all time, The Last of Us. How was that process and thinking about what Tommy will mean in future years and what to come as well?
I mean, yeah, you're right. I did have experience with stepping into roles that are already beloved. And if I fuck up, they're gonna let me know, and I will have to live with it for the rest of my life. Which could be, in some instances, like, you know, maybe even a career killer. You take on a role that people love and you fuck it up, and like, where do you go from there? But all you little kids in here, forgive me for my horrible language. Earmuffs. But also they say you really can't trust someone who doesn't curse. And sometimes, I think there's also a study done that says it's a sign of intelligence. But anyway, so yeah, you do the Ghost Rider, you do the Terminator, you have this experience. So going into The Last of Us, 10 years, people have fallen in love with those stories. I got to play them, and then I realized, okay, this is why games are held in such high regard. They've won so many awards, and these characters are deeper than most of the shows you'll see on maybe. There's so many shows these days that are just face value. This Neil and his team built a beautiful world inhabited by incredible characters. Why are all these fumble creatures?
For some reason they're coming in. I don't know about them.
You look amazing. So I made sure that I knew, I fell in love with the games. I finished both of them right before we left. And so I was doing it just as much for me as I was for y'all, because we had to do it right, we had to. It deserved it. And we built the most incredible team, the artists all across the board, from our production designer, our costume designer, Sandy Summers, who's an Emmy winner, Oscar winner, John Payne, Emmy winner, Oscar winner, Greg Mason, Emmy winner. It's just like, it's the top of the top. Neil Druckmann, game designer, you know. And so you have to meet that bar. And not only did we meet it, but we felt that we superseded anything that we expected from ourselves.
You really did.
And you all showed up, man. You showed up in droves. And each week, the viewership was growing by millions. And that's not just us who know the game and know them play it. That's people. That's us telling our friends, and our friends seeing it and seeing value and seeing quality objectively, which is really great and important. So now we're going into season 2. Anybody? Are you excited for season 2?
Before I go to all these questions, there's a question I wanted to ask you.
Ask me. Oh, wait, first, on the subject of season 2, let me go ahead and spoil the whole thing for you. No, I won't. Because Craig Mason sent me a text as long as my freaking arm. I'm not censoring myself for the young children, but literally as long as my arm. And he spelled out, they wrote the story, he spelled out what's going to happen as we move forward in the story. And it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And those who were kind of fiending for a little bit more action, a little more violence, you are going to be in for it. I tell you what. I mean, it's going to be spectacle. Spectacle on the scale that only HBO can accomplish. So, look forward to that.
Yes. And also the business goal.
So,
Dude, what's your name, man? Yeah, you. No, you. Yes, you. What? Stand up, bro, please. Look how amazing this guy's mask is. You're lucky I don't have my trusty machete. I always say it, man. You don't have to reload the blade. Several shifts. Why are there so many broken scissors in the world?
They go cabinets.
Sure. Why is there only half of this?
yeah, why are they broken?
Anyway,
Someone's going around. Yeah.
it's a new question. Go ahead.
Is Pedro Pascal as amazing as we all know he is?
Pedro is extremely playful, very giving actor, very present. He's got an energy. He's got a childlike energy, which was amazing. I think is what helped he and Miko bond so quickly. Yes. And then he and Bella. And great taste in music. Really fun to hang out with. And, he likes 4 shots of espresso on ice, which is insane. It's insane. It makes complete sense that he has this energy that he has. But then he hits that dip and, he goes memes because he's so tired from the 4 espresso crash. But no, he's a wonderful guy, wonderful actor. I love him. He's my brother. We have some work to do.
Yes.
What?
What's up?
Let's do it. Danny. How you doing? This is Danny. She's fantastic. Round of applause for Danny. She's got a Kirby or a bucket hat, I think. Is that Kirby? Oh, Batman. Hey, Bunny. Oh, okay. But Bad Bunny did make that bucket hat super popular. I went into a shop in Picasso. The whole shop was bucket hats. I was like, it's not even this many people in Puerto Rico. There's not many bucket hats. Okay, let's go. How you doing, sweetheart?
You're wondering what I'm dressed as? It's not The Last of Us, but something that Linsky was in as, where she played the sister of the character I'm cosplaying as.
Oh, okay. I love Melody. We only know each other via Instagram and messaging each other and like, oh, I love you. So great. Oh, blah, 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 blah. She's a fantastic actor. I love her. I can't wait to see her in person.
Question. How intimidated were you upon receiving role of villain in Terminator Dark Fate?
I wouldn't say that I was intimidated by the role because years ago I decided that it's important to run towards the things that make me afraid. I say it all the time. I think it's important as an actor, important as a person. Within safe, obviously preserve your life, but also things that won't kill you. Cliche, will make you stronger, and you need to go and run towards the things that make you scared. having to step into shoes previously worn by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Robert's amazing performance absolutely could seem daunting. But for me, it was a challenge, and it was my opportunity to honor them and to build on what they've created and make it bigger, better, faster, more handsome.
Of course.
But you know, I love it so much. Once again, it was a project that I love, that I grew up. In fact, the first rated R movie I ever saw was Terminator 2 with my mom. My mother was a single mother.
So did I with my parents as a little kid.
Yeah, me too.
And I was so traumatized by the And Robert is scary.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, I was 12 years old, my brother was 10. And it, you know, it's one of those movies where you're John Connor, you know? You can see yourself as a kid, like, it's me with Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know? And here we are, you fast forward 30 years, or almost 30 years, 25, let's say. And there I was in that position. I mean, literally fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you just have to decide to let the reality be real that you are here now doing this, fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger. You are going to be the Terminator. It's not up to you anymore. You're already here doing it. They're going to put the movie out, and it's going to live forever. Unless they, well, at least if they can, at least as long as they still have Blu-rays of it. So the internet might go away. I mean, it's all of our entertainment, everything we've ever created. But yes, it was an amazing opportunity, and I saw it as a challenge.
So much, it's a pleasure. Really is
Thank you,
un
dear.
placer, Gabriel.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Blessings to you too.
Thank you.
Hey, Megan. This is Megan. My sister's name is Megan. Yeah.
So my question for you is from the perspective of a musician.
Right.
If you could portray or produce a specific biopic,
I have the answer.
artist,
So this is what I would do. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I know exactly what your question is, and I have the answer. So what I want to do is have you ever seen La Bamba? Of course you have.
Yeah, of course.
The great Richie Valens. Richie Valenzuela. Famously perished in a plane accident with Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper.
The
The day the music died, exactly. What if the music didn't die? And what if Richie Valens, our great Mexican-American rock and roll star, got to live his life, got to experience immense success, and got to live through the 60s and start doing drugs, and got to live through the 70s and had the career that Bob Dylan has, or Bruce Springsteen, or whatever, you know, just Richie Valens being able to live to old age and having the rock star life that he would have had. And that way I can play him, because, you know.
That would be amazing.
So yeah, I would love to do a movie where, what if Richie Valens hadn't perished in that plane, and was still here with us.
sorry.
Yeah, the threshold on these mics is weird, so if you speak up, it'll pick up.
So was great listening to on your playlist.
What am I listening to right now? My favorite band is The Clash. So it's like my little blanket to go throw a combat rock on and just jam. I love Griselda, the rappers of Griselda. So like West Side Gun is a friend of mine. I love those guys. Benny the Butcher, West Side Gun. There's a guy named Joel Ross, beautiful, amazing vibraphonist. His album called Kingmaker, great jazz musician. Joel Ross, amazing. Everything, anything and everything. I listen to everything. What else have we been listening to? My wife, for some reason, has been listening to Mambo No. 5. I don't know where she heard it.
That's a good one.
I mean, she knows the song. I don't know. It was like they played it every 5 minutes at some point back in the 90s. But for some reason, like she heard it somewhere recently, and she's constantly playing Mambo No. 5. I don't know why. So Mambo No. 5.
That's great.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, sir.
My question is, we already saw Pedro Pascal in
Gabriel Luna in Star Wars. Do you think there's a chance in the franchise?
Good question. Dude, that's people ask me that for the last few years, and they're like, "You've done Marvel, you've done the Terminator, you've done the last one. What haven't you done?" And I was like, "Well, I want to visit a galaxy far, far away." I wrote Dave Filoni and Carrie Beck a letter about 3 or 4 years ago. They in the new Ahsoka show. They're gonna. My favorite Star Wars anything besides A New Hope or the first is Rebels.
Oh my God!
Yeah, Rebels is my favorite Star Wars anything. Maybe even more so than the original. I mean, because the first season feels kind of like for children a little bit on Disney XD, but as it goes on, it becomes some of the most rich storytelling in all of the canon. And also, Ezra came from a place with 2 moons. My last name is Luna. He loves animals. I love animals. It's like we're the same person. So I wrote a letter to Dave saying as much, and they wrote me back really sweet. Like, well, we have no real plans for Gabriel, and we'd love to keep. And then as it came around, they ended up going with a much younger actor. I don't know. I think he's a kind of an unknown guy, and which is amazing. It's just in Star Wars fashion. You always find these people who no one ever seen, these jewels, these diamonds in the rough. And so I wanted to play Ezra, but I've been reading all the High Republic books. And these are new novels based about 100 years before the events for the Battle of Yavin. Yeah, okay, let's talk. We're talking in our dork language.
Yes.
The 100 BBY. And so, amazing. The Jedi's are at their peak. The galaxy is harmonious with peace and prosperity. And there's this Jedi named Elzar Mann who looks just like him in the art. Is really interesting, man. He's got a lot of. Each Jedi experiences the Force in a certain way. There's this Wookiee Jedi named Buriaga who experiences it as this massive tree with deep, deep roots. Some experience it as wind, air, and Elzar Mann experiences the Force as a deep, vast, dark ocean. And I love him. He is as skilled, as amazing as he is. He's also got very much like a lot of the characters I play. There's a duality to it. There's a humanity and a warmth and a love, but there's also some darkness and some pain. That's the most interesting characters. But I love Elzar Mann. I want to play him.
If you have to choose one age of Star Wars, what do you choose? Old Republic, First Order, or what age?
One age of Star Wars. Well, I can't wait to see what this Dawn of the Jedi is all about. That seems really cool. Dave's doing that movie, I think it's 25,000 years ago or something. 25,000 years, BBY. Leading up to the rebellion is really cool, like Andor and Rebels and all those shows. I love that era. Like when it's at its worst, when it's like it couldn't take any more and have it fight back. That's amazing. And I do love this what we're seeing in Ahsoka and Mandalorian. This New Republic it's kind of interesting to see that too. So those two right now, and of course the High Republic, which I'm reading right now, is probably the top because that's just where my head's at. Trying to manifest this role for myself. And but those are the other two. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's it. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Are y'all having a good time? Wait, are y'all having a good time? I had a monster. I had a great to see you.
I wanted to ask, in Multiverse of Madness, we saw that Scarlet Witch, destroy the Darkholds in the multiverse as interpreted. And I remember that we saw Robbie Reyes with the Darkhold being healed.
You did?
Well, I was going to ask, Secret Wars is coming up, and that has to do with like the multiverse of variants. Would you ever think about reprising your role as well?
This is the question I probably get the most. No, it's fine because my answer has changed since it used to be. I used to say, I'm happy with what we accomplished. If that was all that we ever did, I'm proud of what we did and what we were able to put on screen. And I have asked Wes at the time I was doing training. I've done projects since where I was like, I'm happy. I felt like we closed the book and it was good. But since then, with the way that the story is starting to unravel and unfold, there's so much opportunity there. The character's a young character. I'm really not that age appropriate. Maybe it was 7 years ago I really did it. But maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe it's a different Robbie that became the Ghost Rider later in his life. Who knows? I don't know. I don't write this.
The multiverse is a weird place.
But I have kind of come around to it a little more openly. If they would have me, I'm ready to go. I'm in probably better shape than I was 7 years ago. Thank you, Arnold. I don't know why I looked up like he's like all seeing, all knowing. So I'm ready to go. I mean, if Kevin wants me, it makes sense in the story. They call me, then I'm ready.
I would love to see you with Nick Cage. I would love to see Robbie and Johnny together.
Well, then Pedro and I will both have worked with Nick, who we both love. We've had a long conversation about our love for Nick Cage, and also how absolutely insane he is. So, it was great to hear Pedro's stories about working with Nick, and just hear from the horse's mouth about how psychotic this guy is. I would love to meet him. Thanks, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Cool.
Hi, I'm a big fan of The Last of Us. I passed part 1 and 2. There's really good games, and I've seen the show also. And my cousin, she's a big fan of the show and the games also. And the question is, will Abby character will be The Last of Us season 2?
Well, I can't imagine not being because she's one of the main characters. So,
She was the main character Last of Us part 2.
Absolutely, yeah. So I can't imagine that she would not be involved. But yes, I feel confident saying you could probably expect to see Abby in the show.
Yes.
Also, too, it's a fan casting in my mind.
It is going to be a great Abby.
I love everybody.
I think Florence Pugh would be a great
Did you say Florence Pugh?
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah, I think she watches the show too. That's actually perfect. I'm with him.
It'll be a good choice for that.
It'd be perfect.
Gracias.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, brother. Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you very much.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Hi. So here's my question. So on the first episode of us, you will play as Tommy. How do you feel working with Pedro when Ellie, her daughter died, and after a few episodes later, that you can have Pedro and Ellie appeared to have a fight? How you can respond on that part? Have you had to do those episodes?
Yeah, the scene with Sarah when she passes away, when she dies, was I was really prepared for that scene. I've been thinking about it a lot ever since I finished the game. This is going to be a very important moment. I mean, we have to. Sarah is the spirit and the reason why so much of the story happens, and we have to make that moment count. We have to miss her, and. So on the night, it was a very cold night. We were shooting night shoots in Alberta, Canada in the summer. So the nights were only 4 hours long. So we didn't have very much time. We were rushing to make sure, such an important scene. And I remember Pedro being really nervous and feeling like he wasn't getting the emotion there. And I was like, no, it's beautiful, you're doing great. Just look me in the eyes and let's have this scene. And the emotion came. And emotion, we just by locking in, being present with each other, and we were able to source that emotion. And I think I only have one line in that scene, and it's just Joel. In that line, I say, Joel, I love you. Joel, we love her. Joel, we have to go. Joel, the world is falling on, we must run. You know, it's falling down all around us. All of that has to be said in that one line. And mainly, Joel, she's gone. She's gone. The person I love, the person I love, all that has to be conveyed. So it was a lot. It was a lot to try to do, and I feel like we were able to succeed in that effort. But later on, it was different environment entirely. You know, it's like years later, 20 years later, I haven't seen my brother in maybe 8, 9 years, and it's just it was just a matter of trying to show Tommy who's a little bit, you know, he's matured a bit, and he's about to become a father, and all of the feelings that's going to drudge up for Joel. Just the idea I am going to be a father, he himself has experienced that great loss. It was amazing, man. To be able to live in a world that you love, that's outside of our own, it's just kind of an unbelievable experience. I'm always very thankful. I say thank you to the divine every time I get the chance, because you know, how did I get here?
Well, thank you very much, and I hope to see this, because my sister he told me ready for this, and I haven't finished the game, the half of it. I'm trying to finish as soon as possible, and she told me, hey, I'm just gonna have it in the end.
When you find the guitar in the music shop, dude, I was there for hours. I got to the music shop, the guitar scene, and I was literally, I was there for days. I didn't advance in the game. I was playing all my own songs on my PlayStation controller. I don't know if you know, the strumming. There's a mechanic where you can strum with the touchpad, and you can actually finger pluck with the touchpad if you can get the right intervals. It's stupid fun, man.
Let me just say, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for your question. I believe in you, Daisy. We're going to win that. That's my friend Daisy. She's in the costume competition. I know some of you might be competing as well. I'll vote for you too. We all got to vote for Daisy.
Well, what's your preparation for the World Terminator?
What was my prep?
Yeah.
Starving myself. Working out like a madman every day. Training, doing blade training, doing combat training. I'm a boxer, so I train at Wild Card Gym in Hollywood with Freddie Roach, who trained Manny Pacquiao. I practiced not moving any of the muscles in my face while I was lifting heavy weights, which I felt was pretty helpful, because you're not emoting, you're not grunting, you're not breathing, you're a machine. So you have to exert all of this energy, but keep a placid countenance. So there's a lot of weird shit that I did. I spent a lot of time looking in the mirror, more than I ever do. As you can see with my hair, I don't spend a lot of time looking in the mirror. But during that, it was important for me to establish this physical vocabulary, these certain geometrical shapes that I felt are posing, strong, threatening. So that was part of my process. Looking in the mirror, doing weird shit. Daisy! We're gonna win! Everybody say Daisy! Yeah, dude. I like her tail moves, dude. She has can you make her tail move? There it is. It's cool, dude. She has an app that means there's an app for her. Tell me, Daisy.
My question is that I actually like hearing a lot of actors say like their about the role of their character. Actually, we saw like Pedro Pascal's when he got his role and everything.
His Ambien story? It's a story where he took an Ambien after they gave him the part and couldn't. He couldn't remember. He thought that it was a dream that they told him that he got the part.
Yes, my question is like I want to actually know like your part of the story of how you got the role of being Tommy last one.
Yeah, so my agents called, said that Craig Mazin would drop in Carolyn Strauss, who's our executive producer. She was the executive producer of Game of Thrones. They wanted to get on a call, and they were interested in playing Tommy. So I got on a call with Craig, and it was really weird to hear his voice because he has a podcast called Script Notes, and which is amazing resource for writers, which my wife listens to all the time, and has listened to for years. So I've heard Craig's voice coming out of my office, or our office, countless times. So then I'm on the phone with him, and it's just so weird. It's like listening to another podcast. But yeah. And so he said, yeah, we think you'd be great for Tommy, which is weird because, okay, flashback 2 months. Pedro had been cast. Everyone's like, well, who's going to play Tommy? And I saw on Twitter this one girl. It's like, Gabriel should play Tommy, with Pedro's brother. And in like a sea of other options, I think there's just one girl who's like, Gabriel should play Tommy. Only reason I saw it was just, I guess I was in my mention or yeah, that'd be cool. And two months later, I get a call saying that they're interested in doing it. So, talked to Craig, he said, well, you know, we love you, but we'd love to see you put a couple scenes down for us if you can. I was like, sure, man, we need. So they sent me the scenes. One of them was the breakfast scene, the show, which originally wasn't a breakfast scene. It took place in the truck as we were driving to the school to drop off Sarah at school. But we spent so much time in that truck, it would literally just been me in the truck, the whole episode, to the end when we get out. It was that scene, and it was a scene from the game, part 2, where Ellie and I are talking. I'm not going to tell you what we're talking about, but she's trying to convince me to go where I need to go. And so I did those 2 scenes, I sent it to Craig and them, and they called me like 2 days later and said, you're the guy. And we got on a Zoom call, me, Will, Craig, and Carolyn. We just talked about our lives and talked about the show and what we were intending to do. And yeah, just like things like 4 or 5 days. Like all the ones that happened, except for the trailer, 5 months. The ones that I was meant to do, I think, they just happened. I mean, not that there wasn't an effort put in the tape and everything else, but just the timing and the circumstances. You know, if you're aware enough and you're still enough, what is meant to happen will present itself. The universe will conspire to help you. That's true. I mean, this is to me, the whole universe is just, we are witnessing it because we are here witnessing it together. That's how it takes shape. And we are all here nerds, and there's so many multiverses and all this other stuff. We believe in the multiverse. And I do too. I think if they told me when I was a kid that the universe is infinite. If that's the case, there is an earth for every single choice that we all make. Every choice that this gentleman here in the Superman shirt makes. He could choose right now to walk out of this room, and a whole earth, because time and space is relative, could bubble into existence just to accommodate the rest of his life when he leaves this room right now at this moment. And if that's the case, everything is possible. Everything is happening, every single thing. Your wildest dreams are happening right now. Why not here? Why not here on this earth? And the only way you do that is you operate in your life with intention, purpose, and with focus and energy and respect and love for each other, and you'll accomplish what you need to. Because it's happening somewhere in the universe, so why not here? On Earth 616.
Thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you, Daisy.
I think we have time for there's one person. One more person.
Gabriel, nice to meet you. I'll be very brief.
What's your name, brother? Sorry.
My name is Christian.
Christian.
In terms of the series of Last of Us, right, it's very much a series that was a fun, like, astronomical feat, right? I believe so. In terms of how you were able to capture the game and its essence in a show, right? I would say that one of the biggest challenges was the fact that you had so many characters, right? That had to do so much with so little. I would include you in that, right? And it's had a limited role, right? Even though you extend to the second season. And basing myself on that, right? That you have to do so much with so little. Would you say there's any line or specific scene that you worked on that stuck with you? At least for the first season, right? That you still remember, like, it comes to mind when you remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the first episode kind of blurs together because we were shooting nights, weeks of nights, very short nights, as I mentioned, and it all kind of blurs together because most of us get in the car and, there's some fighting and going around in the streets and stuff, but a lot of that. So, and the action stuff, and that's in my wheelhouse. I can do that shit in my sleep. It feels right in my body to be active, to run, fight, do all this other stuff. So what stands out to me is when I get a chance to open my heart and be vulnerable with me and have those deeply emotional fantasies. So the scene in the bar is the scene for me. It's kind of like the resistance of Tommy of the first season. It was because there's so much, man. I mean, how do you encapsulate 9 years in this one conversation and do the whole thing of like, can't believe my brother's sitting here in front of me. Can we trust each other? Has he changed? Does he still have that darkness in him? Is he like this homemade whiskey that we made? Is he proud of me? Is he excited about these hogs that I'm raising? Hey, shit, man. Once we get bacon, what else is there? And all that is nice. And we had the opportunity to rehearse that scene. Jess Miller, our director, flew me in a little early so we could have a full day of rehearsal. Me, Pedro, and Bella. Which was amazing. I mean, because film and television these days, they never budget time for rehearsal. And it's important to help build the fabric and the tissue between us. So the fact that we got to rehearse and actually do a lot of theater exercises that I haven't done in 20 years. That Pedro hadn't done since he was at Juilliard. No, we got to kind of revert back to our origins in the art, And I think that's why it's special, because we did it in a very traditional process.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Christian. Thank you, everybody. So, we got one more thing. There is a certain gentleman sitting on this stage who is celebrating a birthday. One, two, three. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear baby. Happy birthday to you. And when you head over on Channel 4, and Scooby-Doo on Channel 2, Frankenstein on Channel 9, Last of Us on HBO Max, streaming right now. And Fubar, coming to Netflix, May 25th, Fubar, me and Arma, and a bunch of other great people. Fortune Funster, Monica Barbaro from Top Gun, great show, action comedy, you're gonna love it. Watch that too.
Happy birthday! Thank you. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you for being here. Love you. Nice. Let's get up. Come on.
Darth Vader. The Dark Father, Anakin Skywalker himself. That's your favorite character? R2, you know R2 is the real hero.